Welcome to our epic Peak Design Travel Backpack review. And the 45-liter travel backpack is the flagship model in their travel line series. So we are here to tear this mother up to see if it's worth the hype. Guys, I'm Aaron Radcliffe from Nomads Nation. This is my Carlsberg beer, no sponsorship. And if you like backpacks, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, let's go. All right, let's chat about some quick specs of the Peak Design Travel Backpack. It's a 35-liter that can expand to 45 liters or contract to 30 liters. Wow, haven't seen that before. The weight comes in at a very heavy 4.6 pounds, 2.2 kgs. It fits up to a 15-inch laptop. You got two color options, black and a sage, like greenish gray. I got the black, but I do wish that I would have went with the sage. Like a sage backpack, you don't see that very often. And the price comes in at a hefty $300 US, but that does include Peak Design's no rhetoric lifetime warranty. Now, let's chat about the style of the Peak Design Travel Backpack. It's kind of an interesting style. It's a little bit difficult to put my finger on exactly. There's sort of kind of techie vibes with it, but also like a little bit of a tactical look with like these little loops and stuff. In essence, I just think it's a really unique look. And ultimately, I just think they did a nice job of making the backpack subtle, but also interesting. It doesn't scream at you, but you definitely still notice it. Okay, next up, let's talk about some of these materials. The exterior material is a 400D nylon, which means it's durable and it's also going to be water resistant. Also note that this backpack is made from, focus camera, recycled plastics. And Peak Design is a part of 1% for the planet. Focus camera, there it is. And if you think that the 400D nylon on the top is strong, check out the 900D nylon on the bottom. This is for extra durability and extra water resistance. Peak Design zippers are always a joy to use. Peak Design actually makes their own zippers in-house. They're all waterproof, PU coated, and as opposed to YKK waterproof zippers, these are a lot smoother. A cool note on the hardware too, Peak Design goes the extra mile. This hardware is made from anodized aluminum or stainless steel. I'm actually not sure. It says both materials on the website, but regardless, it gives it a premium look and a premium feel. And honestly, with the materials, there's a lot to talk about. We've got some magnets, we've got some swivels. We'll get into a little bit more detail regarding those further in the review. Okay, now let's talk about the comfort of this bad boy. Now, I have reviewed a ton of Peak Design products, and I don't think that they're the most comfortable, but I also don't think that they're the least comfortable. They kind of lie somewhere in the middle for me. And this backpack is a perfect example of that. The shoulder straps have a decent amount of padding, and if you use this nifty little guy right there and fold this over, you can actually create a decent amount of ventilation. A couple of the handles are great, a couple of them suck. I'll tell you which ones in a bit. But yeah, ultimately the bag is really comfortable. I don't think it's as comfortable as like the super cushiony sort of a back panel and shoulder straps that Aer uses. But there's a certain sense of seamlessness with the experience of this backpack, which attributes to a more comfortable experience. All right, let's chat about the front of the Peak Design Travel Backpack. First up, you got this quick access pocket right here on the top. This material has a stretchy feel to it, which feels premium, but I do wish that it was just a little bit softer because then with my shades in there, I know they're not getting scratched up. Next up, let's talk about these little loops right here. And similar to the Peak Design Everyday Backpack, you've got a little hidden magnet compartment right here, which gives you access to the Peak Design straps. These come included with the backpack and are a great way to store additional gear on the outside of your bag. For example, this monster yoga mat right there, boom, we got a yoga mat. This yoga mat's huge. These straps aren't gonna come in handy for all travelers, but the good thing is that the magnetic compartment that they are stowed in is really subtle, and you're probably gonna forget that it even exists until one day and you got a monster ass yoga mat you gotta carry and you're like, oh my God. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the front main compartment. We've got Peak Design's typical mesh that they use on their larger pack. It's got like a leathery sort of a feel to it. Nice zipping experience. But if you want to, you can actually organize smaller things, as there are pockets within pockets here, a little pocket there, a couple of pen holders there, and a smaller pocket there as well. Great for organization, killer pocket. Moving down, we've got this guy. Not see-through, which can be a little annoying sometimes because you forget what you packed, or at least I do. But nice materials. And then on the flip side, we have this part of the front compartment, which also has another pocket right here, and a different mesh webbing right here. I like this one a lot. This one's a little bit softer. Same smooth zipping experience. And I like that you can see through this so you know exactly what you packed. But here's where things get interesting. Interesting thing number one is, let's say you are coming from the back. I know. You can actually access the back side of the front compartment from here, see? The other interesting thing about this half of the front compartment is that this entire section right here can stow away. You got these little hidden zippers up here. You go ahead and just kind of pull this guy down. Keep rolling. As you can see, you got a little pouch in the bottom. You can just stow away this entire section there, therefore opening up the bag a little bit more. This is a pretty cool feature because it enables you to customize the bag to your liking. And now we are in the middle of the pack, so let's transition into it. Let's talk about the middle of the pack. You got the big old canyon, the main compartment here. I love that Peak Design always uses a light gray for the color of their internal materials, so then you can just see your gear a little bit more easily. One thing to note is that Peak Design has sort of a travel ecosystem. This is a part of their travel line, and like all other bags that are in their travel line, it fits their packing products perfectly. For instance, like the Peak Design Tech Pouch. All right, let's talk about the outside of the middle of the pack though. First of all, let's talk about expansion and contraction. Right now, we're in 35 liter mode. To go to 45 liter mode, you gotta find these zips right here. You go ahead and take it around there, and boom, and then you can sort of pop that up, and you get an additional 5 liters basically on each side. 5 liters on each side, 10 total, right? Mm-hmm. But then to contract, let's go back down. So now we're going from 45 to 35. Let's talk about these little buttons right here and right here. Basically, super simple. All you do is you clip them together and it compresses the bag. So now you can see we finally were able to clip this to here, which compresses the bag by an additional 5 liters, which kind of gives it a little bit sleeker of a look, but it was not easy for us to do. That was really annoying. On Peak Design's YouTube channel, they claim that by going from 35 to 30 liters, this can act as an everyday carry. I violently disagree. All right, let's look at the sides of the Peak Design Travel Backpack. Each side has a water bottle holder. All right, let's try a 1 liter Nalgene. Oh yeah, that's a nice tight fit. Nah, it's, oh my God, come on. Also, photographers will love these water bottle holders because they are a little bit larger, so they can help fit your tripod. Just gotta get it in there a little bit. But the cool thing is that, remember that little magnetic compartment with these little straps before? You can actually use these straps to help secure your tripods. Pops right into there, tighten. I'm not sure the best way to do it, but you'll figure it out. All right, so keeping this review moving, let's keep talking about this side compartment. We've got a feature here that I love. Little hidden zip right there, little hidden pocket. I love hidden pockets. You're walking around in the airport, you're like, oh, that's the new Tim Ferriss book. Tight, I want it. Swing the bag around, unzip, kaboom, wallet's right there. Last note on this side compartment too is this side handle, it sucks. It's awful. It's so bad. Tap, feel this. Feel it. Feel it. It's literally, it's like made of metal. It's terrible. There is a chance this handle could serve a function that we're not aware of. Maybe it connects to some sort of camera accessory that they have, but still, maybe I got it wrong. If so, let me know in the comments below. Next up, let's talk about this side access. Now, this is one point of criticism, because there's so many zippers and I kind of forget what is what. But here we have the side access zipper, which gives you access to the main compartment. Now, one interesting thing to note about this backpack is this is not 100% designed for photographers. But this feature in particular is going to be particularly useful for photographers. So the idea is that, hey, I'm a photographer and walking around, I'm like, oh, there's a bird and I want to take a picture of it. You sling this over, side axis, bada bing, bada boom, you're in. Grab the camera, capture the moment, camera back, zip it up, on with your day. But one interesting thing about those side zippers is that you can actually get them out of sight and out of mind. So you can close this dude all the way up to the top, lock it to this toggle, which does take a little finagling, but it works. And then you can see on this side here, the zipper is out of sight and out of mind. And one last thing to note about the middle is on the bottom, we have another handle here. This is quite nice to have when you are putting your bag in the overhead bin. It's right there, you know, and then you wanna take it out. This handle gives you easy access to be able to do that. Okay, my God, this is a long review. Let's talk about the back of the Peak Design Travel Backpack. First up, we got a top handle here. I'm a big fan of this top handle. It's comfy. It's got like a seat belt, sort of a webbing with a little bit of padding in there. This is really common in backpacks. Next, let's talk about the back access. The final way to access the main compartment is through these zippers on top, and you just go boop, boop, and then kaboom, you're in. This would probably be the easiest way to access the main compartment. You get there with the biggest and chunkiest zippers on this backpack. And a note about these zippers is they also have their own security mechanism where they can lock together. And now they are connected. It's not gonna be enough to stop a thief, but it's more like a theft deterrent system. Back in this compartment though, we have one of the most important parts of any backpack, the laptop compartment. Unfortunately, Peak Design went with a Velcro system on top, which just kind of, the bag feels so premium, and Velcro never feels premium. So it just kind of feels out of place with the experience of the rest of the backpack, but it still works. These materials are nice, a little coarse, but definitely durable. And then inside, we have two compartments, one for the laptop, and then a smaller compartment, which could be good for like maybe a tablet. Okay, let's talk about the back panel now. You've got a cool little hidden identity pocket right there. Yet again, Velcro, good to keep your contact information in case you lose your bag, and hopefully some kind Samaritan returns it to you. Let's talk about the back panel, and let's talk about some motherfucking magnets. Don't know if you know this, but magnets and backpacks go hand in hand like tab and weird jokes. This is quite cool because it serves two purposes. The first purpose was, as I showed you earlier, how you can use this sort of folding mechanism to sort of double up and add additional padding right there for your back. Now I'm gonna say, this is not the most super comfortable mattressy sort of materials, but it's got enough padding to create a comfortable wearing experience. But then the other cool thing that these dudes can do is obviously they magnetize into place, but you can stow away the straps and the waistband. Actually, before we even do that, I gotta tell you about these swivel systems right here. This is a common feature that you see on Peak Design gear. And that's these guys right here and here. And what it allows you to do is sort of move the straps however you please, but more importantly, it allows you to easily stow them away. So for instance, just sort of bring this guy around right there, tuck it in, and boom, the shoulder straps are gone. It's magic. But then you're like, wait, I wanna stow away the waist straps as well. Well, guess what? You can totally do that stowed away. Boom. Shoulder straps, waist straps, gone. This is a very unique, and I'm not gonna lie, freaking awesome stowaway system. Peak Design went to the next level and said, hey, let's stow away all these things in a way that is seamless, fun, and most importantly, magnetized. Love magnets. But here's the unfortunate flip side, is that if you wanna do like a duffel or like a briefcase experience, you gotta go to these side handles, which, if you remember, I wasn't a big fan of. You could use the top handle, or you can also use the center handle, which is also a luggage pass-through holder. But stowing away the straps isn't just about carrying it in duffel mode. You're about to jump on your 10.5-hour flight. You know you're gonna throw your backpack over top. So what I'll do in those situations is I'll just get rid of those shoulder straps. Then it's just kind of easier. I'm carrying the bag like this. I'm ready. Overhead, boom, it's in. Nothing's dangling, nothing's dragging around, okay? And it just kind of creates a more seamless overall experience. And it's quite cool because, like, let's say you're carrying the backpack with just the shoulder straps, right? And it's kind of weighing down a little bit, your shoulders are getting a little tired, right? Then you can just flip this guy on the side, undo the magnets, and boom, the waist straps are ready. But moving on to the actual waist strap, while the stowage and swivel system is cool, I'm not a huge fan of the actual buckling system. Now, they had to make it super lightweight to be able to sort of fit into the stowaway swivel system, but it's kind of like puny. It's just like this little buckle and my waist strap. It's like you gotta tie it on. And it's just not, it's nice because it cuts down on the bulk, but it's just a tad unusual is all. The waist straps have a few features in their own. Here we have a dangle pouch, so these things aren't flopping around everywhere. You just go ahead and you put them in your place and you say dangle, be gone. The left waist strap has a nice little pocket. This pocket is nice if you want to keep like, I don't know, maybe like a credit card or maybe just some spare cash. It does have to be flat. There's not a ton of room in there. And on this side, we have like these little loops. This is for photographers, and it fits seamlessly with Peak Design's camera capture system. It's like an accessory which you just kind of clip on and clip your camera on, and then your camera is on your waist. So if you're a non-photographer, these loops will mean nothing to you, but if you are a photographer, these things will be a godsend. And then moving back up north to these straps, you also have the same sort of loop system which works for photographers with Peak Design's camera accessories. And then finally, connecting the two shoulder straps is a sternum strap, this guy right here. And you could raise it or lower it based on your comfort. Just go ahead, if you want it a little bit higher, you just sort of pop it in there. And then finally, to continue to keep things tidy, if you don't want to use the sternum strap, instead of like putting it somewhere else in the bag and risking losing it, you can actually just use these straps right here, pop it on the top, pop it on the bottom, tighten it up a little bit, use the dangle stopper, and then boom, it is safe and secure there, and you are less likely to lose it. Because I lose everything. I'm exhausted. There's so many features on this thing. Let's talk about the overall pros and the cons of the Peak Design Travel Backpack 45 liter. Pro number one is going to be the sort of thoughtful, next level design. Obviously, the company is called Peak Design. They pride themselves on their designing abilities and how functional their products actually are. Pro number two is going to be the absolutely freaking amazing materials. Whether it's the quality magnet experience on the back panel or the recycled, weatherproof, water-resistant exterior materials, just all the materials are. And pro number three is just gonna be everything that is happening with this back panel. Like from just the stowaway, to the magnets, to the swivel system, to taking these out and being able to access the waist straps without even taking a single shoulder strap off, just being able to pop them out and use them. I mean, this whole back panel is really kind of a masterpiece. But now it's con o'clock. Let's talk about some of the cons. Con number one, pretty obvious, the price tag. It's $300 US. It's an expensive backpack. Con number two is that while features are awesome for some people, I'm not gonna lie, this backpack is probably over-engineered for most of you guys out there. Not everyone needs all the knacks and features and magnets and so some people just want a simple backpack and this is not it. And con number three, I gotta say, are these really hard, uncomfortable, what the heck are you doing here side handles. Am I missing something? If I am, let me know in the comments below. Okay, and let's wrap up the review by talking about who this backpack is for and who it's not for. The Peak Design Travel Backpack 45 liters is for you if you are looking for a feature-heavy, large travel backpack. If you like stowaway panels and hidden security features. If you like tons of features, this is the backpack for you. And please, if you're going to make a purchase, use the links in our description. They make sure that you get the best price and it helps support our channel. This backpack is also for you if you are a photographer that is looking for a large travel backpack. While this backpack is not specifically designed for photographers, there are a few features, three in particular: the side access compartment, the external strap system, and the camera holders on the waist straps that are going to help elevate your photography lifestyle to the next level. But on the flip side, let's talk about who this backpack's not for. This backpack is kind of obviously not for you if you're looking for a minimalist large travel backpack. If there's one thing this backpack is not, it's minimalist. There's so many features on this backpack, I am like out of breath from describing all of them. So if you are in the market for something that has a little bit of a simpler user experience, check the links below. I've got a couple of backpacks in mind that are gonna be perfect for you. This is also not the backpack for you if you're looking for a large travel backpack, but you're on a little bit more of a budget. If you're in the market for a large travel backpack at a little bit lower of a price point, check the links below. I got a few badass options for you. And finally, this backpack is not for you if you're looking for an everyday carry. This should be obvious, but I just want to emphasize like the whole, this can go down to 30 liters is like, yeah, that's cool, but like it doesn't take away from the fact that it's still a massive backpack. And massive backpacks don't make for great EDCs. If you're in the market for a large-ish backpack that can also double up as an everyday carry, but isn't as large as this, then check the links below. I got some awesome options down there for you. Okay, we are done. Thank you so much for watching our Peak Design Travel Backpack review. If you found this review useful, the best way to support the channel is to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you make a purchase, please use the links in our description. They make sure that you get the best price and they help support the channel. And also, super important, super important, if you already own the Peak Design Travel Backpack, let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you agree with me that the side handles suck? Are you as ecstatic about the back panel? How has the backpack handled wear and tear? Please let us know in the comments below and help your fellow backpackers. We're signing off here, guys. We'll see you next time.